Rockies with a 3.5-game lead in the NL wild card over the Giants, wrapping up a series against the D-backs before a day off on Monday. Danny Herron getting your Torrealba swinging. He was perfect through 4. Ubaldo Jimenez getting Chris Young. Jimenez, 7 innings, 5 hits, 8 Ks, 1 earned run, 13 quality starts in his last 14 outings. In the 7th, tied at 1, Ian Stewart getting it past Brandon Allen. That'll bring in a run. Next batter, underrated play here, the suicide squeeze from Clint Barmas, and that'll bring in your Torrealba. Rockies go up 3-1, and then Jason Giambi for the second straight game, teeing off his second home run for Colorado. Rockies win 5-1. Magic number for the wild card is 11.
Dodgers, Giants, Los Angeles just about in the playoffs. San Francisco just about out. Kenny Lincecum perhaps saving the day, facing Randy Wolf. Walks him on 4 balls. Brother taught him the strike zone apparently. 2 batters later, Andre Ethier steps in, and he's wanting to hit a home run. How about the season this guy's having? 31 homers, RBIs 100 and 101 on this particular conk. Dodgers lead at 2-1. Bottom 4, Ronnie Belliard up. Runners in scoring position. Couple of them. Belliard shoots one that down the right field line. 2 will score. 4-1 Dodgers. Lincecum rocked. 4 innings pitched. 5 runs. In the Namir Molina.
I wasn't paying.
Benji. 6-2 Dodgers. Gents 4.5 out in the wild card. Stuart Scott, he's out in Florida.
Hendry said the last few days became too much to tolerate. Cubs in St. Louis on Sunday Night Baseball. Bottom of the 9th, we're tied at 3. Bases loaded. Ryan Ludwig grounder to second. Ryan Terrio's throw to first pulls Derek Lee off the bag. Skip Schumacher comes in. Cardinals celebrating like they won, but hold on. The umpires gesture for the players to head back to the dugout. Matt Holliday throwing his helmet in disgust. And here's why. Holliday was too far away from the bag while attempting to break up the double play. Interference, double play called, the game going into extra innings. In the 11th, still tied at 3, not anymore. Jake Fox, just his 2nd extra base hit this month. The Cubbies avoid the sweep. Eyeing a sweep, bottom of the 1st, Jason Kubel. Runners on the corners. In the hole, Placido Polanco. The spin makes the play. Orlando Cabrera, though, comes in. Twins get on the board first. 3 innings later, Carlos Guillen with 1 on. Goes to right, stays in the yard, still doing the damage. The triple 3rd of the season will bring in Mags, and we are tied at 1 apiece. Next inning now, Twins up 2-1. Polanco at the dish with 2 on for him. Polanco going to right. That'll bring in 2 runs. The Tigers now back up 3-2. Later in the inning now, it's 4-2 Ryan Rayburn. Pinch hitting with 2 on, 2 outs, and Rayburn going down swinging. Twins get out of the jam. We go to the 8th. Rayburn still in the game, and he would deliver against Francisco Liriano to left center. Number 13 on the season. Tigers going to win 6-2, and they snap the Twins' 6-game winning streak, and they extend their division lead to 3 games. Big win for Detroit.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. How about a Nation baseball report? Final Red Sox-Orioles matchup of the season, which is a bummer for Boston with 15-2 so far. Look at Matsuzaka. Dice K had it working. Felix Pierre watches strike 3 go by, and 2 batters later, Nick Markakis strikes out the side in the 1st. He'd finished 5 1/3, 3 earned 5K for Matsuzaka. Into the 3rd, it's 4-0 Boston. So it appears they're on their way to going 16-2 against him in the regular season. They won't see him in the playoffs. Jacoby Ellsbury drives Jason Birkin's pitch into the seats on a hop. Sox go up 6-0. Then Jason Bay hits his 35th of the year. That ties a career high. He had 3 ribs to bring his total to 110. That is a new career high. Sox up 7-0. They go on to win it 9-3.
Angels, the Yankees can clinch a playoff spot with a win over the Mariners. Joba Chamberlain 0-3 in his last 7 starts. Struggling of late, Ken Griffey Jr. still getting it done. The double to right. Jose Lopez comes in. Mariners up 1-0. Bottom of the 2nd now. Chamberlain, men on 2nd and 3rd. Intentionally walks Ichiro to load the bases. Next batter is Franklin Gutierrez, and Franklin gets the free pass. 3-0 Mariners. Run comes in, and 39-year-old Ken Griffey Jr. Joba Chamberlain He is the 405th victim. That is home run number 627 for
win at Arizona. How about Barry Zito? 2.36 ERA since the All-Star break. Only Wainwright and Carpenter have a lower number than that. Mark Reynolds didn't get the memo. It's either feast or famine for this dude, and he feasts on Zito right there in the bottom of the first. 2-run shot. That's 43 on the season. He had 45 total in his first 2 seasons. We go bottom 5, though. Giants have turned it around. They're up 4-2. Steven Grew grounded to first. Travis Ishikawa goes to second. Juan Uribe drops the ball. Everybody's safe. Bases loaded. Next batter, Justin Upton. Does that find space? Yes, it does. 2-run score. This game tied at 4. Zito, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 3 earned. We go top 8, still tied. Bases loaded, 1 out. Fred Lewis, no relation to Ferd Lewis, who I saw in Vegas. Lewis, grounder to second. Lewis beats the throw to first. Diamondbacks can't turn 2. And the Giants are going to win at 5-4.
What up, Ferd?
Exactly. All right, how about, oh, there he is. It's the Mets. And it's the world's tallest man, Sultan, guy named Sultan. But he's 8'1", but there's a guy who's 8'5" who doesn't want the pub, who lives in Ukraine. Top 1, Garrett Anderson, he wants the pub. His 13th, Braves up 4-0. Bartender, another. Bottom 2nd, Chipper Jones, a 3-run shot, his 42nd against the Mets. I mean, the guy just owns the Mets. 17th on the season, it's 8-0. Where's the tall guy? How would you like to have your seat right behind him? Could you,
down in front.
Down in front. I am down. Martin Prado. He doubles off the wall and left. Braves win 11-3. They won 6 straight.
General manager, he started his new gig Monday against the Cardinals. Mark DeRosa made his night a tough one. Top first, 1-0 Cardinals. DeRosa facing Wandy Rodriguez. That'll be good for a double. Here comes Matt Holliday and Ryan Ludwig. DeRosa, a little greedy, trying to think third base, and they nail him. Cardinals, though, take a 3-0 lead. Top 3, 5-1 Cards. DeRosa up. He's got that look in his eye. Look where Humberto Quintero sets up, and look where Wandy Rodriguez throws it, and check out the result. DeRosa's 22nd. The Cards up 6-1. Top 6 now, 6-2 Cards. Chad Paranto in for the Astros now, facing DeRosa. New pitcher, same result. Look at where Quintero sets up. And look at where Paranto throws it, and, well, I think you know the rest. DeRosa goes deep twice for the 2nd time this season at Minute Maid Park, his 23rd, and the Cardinals win at 7-3. September 5th, he's been battling a bad back. He was cruising most of the game until bottom of the 3rd after waiting 22 minutes in the dugout while the Red Sox had a big inning, and Wakefield throws one past Victor Martinez. Josh Anderson scores. Royals down 6-1, then the rain really started coming down. Animals were lining up 2 by 2. Bottom 5. Royals down 8-2. Wakefield having issues with the strike zone. Look at the rain. Walks Willie Bloomquist, 7 walks. Wakefield gave up. They gave up 11 as a team. He walks Billy Butler on 4 straight pitches there. Next batter is Mike Jacobs. And with 2 on, that makes that one a 3-run home run. Royals down 8-5. Wakefield 5 innings to work, 4 earned runs. Red Sox turn to their bullpen, and the bullpen let them down. Daniel Bard, bottom 6, tied at 9. 2 out with 2 men on Unieski Betancourt. That'll drive in 2. Royals going to win it 12-9. The Red Sox relievers, 3 innings of work, 7 earned runs. Kansas City now 11-3 in its last 14 games. Royals getting hot.
From the first winning season since 2004. Unfortunately, they're inching closer to being irrelevant in any playoff discussion. But how about Kevin Millwood? He needed to go 4 1/3 or more to reach a $12 million contract incentive for next season. That double play in the 5th gets him there. Reaches 180 inning pitch. 180 innings pitch. Ching, ching, ching. Easy for me to say. Bottom 7. Mark Ellis grounds to 3rd. Chris Davis diving stop in the throw. And then the next batter, Eric Patterson. Davis says, you like apples? How about them apples? Millwood, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. Which scared the heck out of me. Andy Pettitte, Vladimir Guerrero's 8 for 20 career against him. That's a 400 clip. And bottom 1, he doubles. Bobby Abreu from first beats the throw home to score. And the Angels up 1-0.
Vlad dressed as a baseball player.
Yeah, and now Torrey Hunter, he's just 233 career against Pettitte. And he gets him for a double as well, drives in Guerrero, and the Angels up 2-0. Pettitte said the shoulder felt fine. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned. Joe Saunders, he's 4-0 with a 2.10 ERA since returning from the 15-day DL. Mark Teixeira in the top of the 6th. That'll turn 2. Saunders 8 1/3, 2 earned, 3 Ks, 9th inning. Robinson Cano is the tying run facing Brian Fuentes, 2 out. And Cano grounds to first. Kendry Morales stepping on the bag. That's your ball game. And in a matchup of division leaders, the Angels beat the team with the best record in baseball, 5-2. A-Rod and Matsui with solo shots. Top first, no score, runner on third. Daniel Hudson, first career major league start. Pitch gets away from A.J. Brzezinski. Orlando Cabrera scores. It's 1-0. Let's go top 5, 2-0. Michael Kadire with a runner on second. He singles past Chris Getz. Cabrera scores and Minnesota's up 3-0. Top 6, scary moment for a baseball player. In this case, it's Denard Span. Ooh. Randy Williams' fastball hits him right in the head. Span down. Said he had a headache afterwards. Said he felt dizzy. Said seeing the replay really scared him. Said he'd never been hit in the head before. Did leave the game under his own power. How about Nick Blackburn? Which one you want? The guy who was 0-5 with a 5.48 ERA in his last 7 road starts, or the cat who's 3-1 in 4 games against the White Sox this season? That's the one the White Sox got. You saw who he got, and now he gets Posednik to ground out to first in the bottom of the 7th. Blackburn, 7 innings, 8 hits, no runs. Twins win 7-0, and they pick up a half game. Colorado with a 4-game lead. San Diego in town. 45 degrees. No wonder Carmelo is hanging out in L.A. Bartender, how about a mojito? Oh, I mean a Mojica. I'm sorry. Brad Hopp off Edward Mojica. 20th of the season. First since August 29th. 4-2 Rockies. Troy Tulowitzki. Every time you see him, he's knocking in somebody. Scores here. Scores a run here. Rockies up 7-6. How about top 5? Chase Headley grounded to Todd Helton. He's been doing that forever. 3-6-1 turns 2. All right, let's go bottom 7. Rockies up 8-6. Runner on first. Clint Barmas line to right. Edgar Gonzalez. Well, he needed longer arms and he needed a lot better luck. We'll explain that momentarily. Inside the park job, Gonzalez partially separated left shoulder on the play. 11-8, Padres down, 2 outs, top 9. Oscar Salazar with the bases loaded. 2 score, the Padres down a run. Next batter, tying run on third, Nick Hundley. Hits it hard, but right at Seth Smith. That ends the game, and the Rockies, they'll win it. 11-10 is your final. The Giants are running out of games. They were 4 back in Colorado when the day began. San Francisco in Arizona. But San Francisco's got Matt Cain on the hill. But then again, this Matt Cain, 1-4 in his last 10 starts. He was so hot so early. San Francisco gave him a 3-0 lead. Mark Reynolds going to make it 3-1. His 100th RBI on the season. Miguel Montero scores. Bottom 3, Diamondbacks down 4-3. This time it's Montero doing the hitting. He singles to center. 2 score. The Diamondbacks up 5-4. Matt Cain lasts 2 1/3, gives up 7 earned. Now he doesn't leave until he does this to Reynolds later in the 3rd. Fastball by you. 204 strikeout of the season for Reynolds. That ties the mark he set last season. Now we go bottom 4. D-backs are up 9-4. That's why Cain's gone, and Madison Bumgarner gets Reynolds. That's a record-setting strikeout. Not sure that's a record you want. Randy Johnson in relief. Call me Ryle. Rusty Ryle. Home run. He went 3 for 3. I'm a Cowboy, baby. Diamondbacks win it 10-8. And boy, the Giants running out of games, running out of time. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. People, time ticking away. Lead for the Yankees, who had lost their last 5 in Anaheim, and the Angels 18-5 against the Yankees at home since 05. All right, we got A-Rod and Kate Hudson. They've been linked, and this is supposedly we're spoofing the show Blind Date. I haven't seen it. I probably shouldn't. A-Rod, 2-run homer to center, his 27th. Yankees would be up 5-0 in this game, and it looked like time to go to the cashier's window. Bottom 6, though, it's 5-4. Vladimir Guerrero with the bases loaded. A-Rod the diving stop. Guerrero out at first. Let's keep it at 5-4.
You got to pace yourself. Save some material for later.
John Figgins. Howie Kendrick steals on the pitch. Figgins throws his bat at the ball. Posada throws it into center. Kendrick to third on the air. The tying run at third. Next batter, Macias Turris. 1 out. And he singles, and this game went from 5-0 to 5-all. Top 9. Okay, bases loaded. Alex Rodriguez facing Darren Oliver. They just walked to Shera to load the bases with 1 out, and A-Rod He lines out to Torrey Hunter, but Brett Gardner on third wearing his PF Flyers. He's safe. The Yankees up 6-5, but remember they're up 5-0. Mariano Rivera, bottom 9. What team stand does he play for?
I believe that would be Team Shut It Down.
Yeah, strike him out, throw him out. Yankees win. Yankees win. 6-5 is your final, and with that, the Yankees are the first team to clinch.
Top first, no score. Kevin Youkilis got him. That'll end the inning. Of course, Greinke's record would be better if his offense was too. That wasn't a problem in this game. Bases loaded for Mike Jacobs. Paul Bird walks Jacobs on 4 straight pitches. Royals up 1-0. Next batter is Alberto Callaspo. Base hit. He had 3 hits and a walk. Mitch Meyer comes in to score. The Royals up 2-0. Later in the first, Royals up 3-0. Alex Gordon. That's going to drop. Here comes Jacobs and Callaspo. Royals with a 5-run first for Greinke to give him some support. Top third now, Jason Varitek. Check out Alex Gordon hustling. Later in the third, Greinke facing Alex Gonzalez, and he got him. Top 4, here comes Youkilis again. And there goes Youkilis again. David Ortiz got him too. Top 5, Jason Bay. I think you're getting the picture here. Top 6, Ortiz back at the plate. Unieski Betancourt will handle that one. Greinke, 6 innings of work, struck out 5, didn't give up a run. The Royals win at 5-1. The 15th win for Greinke makes him the first Royals pitcher. Detroit in Cleveland on Tuesday, and they had Edwin Jackson on the mound. That was a good thing for them. Bottom second, Trevor Crowe with 2 on and 2 out. Crowe with a base hit, and if you're counting Crowe's, he had 2 base hits. Matt Laporta trying to score from second, but he's thrown out at the plate by Ryan Rayburn. Laporta out by several steps. Hurt on the play, he would leave the game. Rayburn would remain in the game. This ball would not. Rayburn going a long way the other way. His 14th, Tigers up 1-0. Miguel Cabrera had an up and down night. Top of the third, Cabrera up with 1 on. This one off Johnny Peralta's glove, but that's Rubel Cabrera in time at second. Cabrera left 5 runners on through 6. Top 8, Cabrera up again with 2 runners on. He'll bring a runner home this time. It's Placido Polanco, and he gives the Tigers a 2-0 lead. Bottom 8 now, 3-1 Tigers. Bases loaded and 2 out. Brandon Lyon in a bit of a situation, but he gets Luis Valbuena to get himself out of the situation. Tigers win at 3-1. Jackson's their good luck charm against the Indians. He's 4-0. Manship getting the start in a crucial spot for Minnesota. Top first, Orlando Cabrera up with a man on. That's off John Danks, and it's not coming back. 2-run shot, 8th of the year for Cabrera. Twins on the board early, 2-0. And Manship hanging a breaking ball to Gordon Beckham, and Beckham going deep for his 13th 2-run shot. White Sox up 4-3. Manship lasted just 2 in the third, 5 hits, 4 runs. Top 5 game now tied at 4. Joe Mauer up with 2 out and 1 on. Scott Podsednik almost got to it, but this isn't the Almost Sports Center. Cabrera scores all the way from first on a close play. The Twins back on top 5-4. Bottom of the 5th, Francisco Liriano on in relief of Manship. Paul Konerko getting to him. Beckham will come all the way around from first, and Chicago comes back to tie the game at 5. But Michael Kadire did it for the Twins. Solo shot for him, his 29th of the year. Minnesota regains the lead at 6-5. Later in the inning, Matt Tolbert off Danks. Off the top of the fence. I say it was a home run. Tolbert's 2nd home run of the year. Big 6th inning for the Twins. Helped them pull away, and they go on to win it 8-6. In South Florida, 2 for Tuesday. Doubleheader with the Phillies for the Marlins. Florida starting 8 back with an opportunity. Josh Johnson makes sure Chase Utley doesn't have much of an opportunity there. He struck out the side in the first. Top 5, 2-0 Phillies. 2 on for Jason Worth. That'll bring in 2. Johnson goes 5 innings. He struck out 10. That's good, but he allowed 4 runs. That's not so good. Joe Blanton was better. Bottom 6, facing Hanley Ramirez. Got him. Blanton went 7. Didn't give up a run, struck out 9. He gave up just 2 hits. Top 8, 4-0 Phillies. Great season for Raul Ibanez continues. That's off Burke Badenhop. Ibanez is 32nd of the year. Phillies going to take game 1, 9-3. They get their 8th straight win at Florida. So Anibal Sanchez trying to salvage game 2 of the doubleheader for the Marlins in a completely different story with him on the mound in that one. Top 2nd, no score, Pedro Feliz. got him on the check swing. Sanchez struck out the side in order in the second. Bottom second, no score. Base is empty for Dan Uggla. And this a big moment for Uggla. Off Jamie Moyer's solo shot, Uggla's 30th. He's got 3 straight seasons with 30-plus homers. First Marlin ever to do that. It's 1-0. Bottom 4, same score. Base is empty for Cody Ross. That's another solo shot. Ross is 23rd, and the Marlins up 2-0. Sanchez still doing his thing. Top 7. He's got a 3-0 lead facing Ryan Howard. Got him looking. Sanchez went 8, no runs, 2 hits. Chase Utley got the Phillies only 2 hits, and the Marlins win at 3-0. They snap a 3-game losing streak, but the split still leaves them 8 back in the East.
The Braves are staying alive. Great Bee Gees song. In New York, Jair Jurgens, that's your guy, Stan. 3-0, .69 ERA this season against the Mets. David Wright has hit him well in the past. Not well there, 4.63, a double play. Top 4, Braves down a run. Yunel Escobar facing Nelson Figueroa. How about Escobar? He came into this game 27 hits against the Mets this season. Or, excuse me, that's 27. He had 27 after this game. Batted .415 against them. Braves take a 2-1 lead. Jeff Francoeur, he's going to be 0 for 10 career against Jurgens after that. 5-4-3 double play. And then in the bottom of the 7th, Corey Sullivan flies out. The Braves have beaten the Mets 7 straight this season. Jurgens, 7 innings, 1 earned, 5 hits, 2 Ks, 3 ones is your final.
So the top is Kyle Field on the campus of Texas A&M. Carmelo, this student made a shot from the 3rd deck at Kyle Field. Now, have you ever hit a shot anywhere near this long?
That's fake. That's fake.
Now, supposedly the wind brought the ball back online to make it go in. You're not buying it?
No, I'm not buying that.
Take a look at it from the field again. You can check it out on YouTube. Search Dude Perfect. That's what it says here.
That's unbelievable.
And you can check it out.
All right, number 9, we got hockey and we got some hitting going on. Who's your favorite to have?
Why would you make me just pick one of them? I like all of them.
That's it.
Number 8, the World Beard and Mustache Championships. Mello, you got a little fuzz growing there.
I can't grow nothing like that. That's crazy.
160 people in Frankfurt, Germany, judged in 17 different categories. We don't know who won.
All right, we got some soccer here. Ibrahimovic for no look to PK. Who's the best no look passer in the NBA?
Oh man, probably Jason Kidd. Probably. I give it to Jason Kidd.
All right,
that's a good pick. You're an Olympic teammate.
Of course.
Number 6, Cubs and Brewers, Ryan Braun. Deep, but not deep enough. Tyler Colvin. You be a good center fielder, 6'8".
That gotta hurt. That gotta hurt.
Hitting the wall?
Yeah, that gotta hurt.
More than the stanchion going in for a bucket?
Yeah, that gotta hurt.
All right, Braun can't believe it. Cubs win the game 7-2.
Let's check out Dodgers National. Christian Guzman going to start the double play. Is Rocky's fever running around Denver right now?
Yeah, this is the top play though right here. This has got to be the top play. I don't know why it's at right now, but it got to be the top play.
Hey, don't get ahead of yourself here, Cowboy. We got some more to go.
He's got Rocky fever so bad he's sweating.
Number 4, Orioles and Blue Jays. Jose Bautista over the third. Melvin Mora. That's the Orioles. Baltimore in the house.
My Orioles made number 4.
Orioles lost though. 6-5 and 11 innings.
It made a top play. It made a top play.
You're used to that.
All right, this cat's name is Lionel Messi, Mello, and he is perhaps the best soccer player on the planet. Check him out here. Let it breathe and remind everyone to check out thisismellow.com.
Yeah, you might can find this play on thisismellow.com too.
All right.
Number 2, more from the Penguins and Leafs. Tyler Bozak under the body of Robert Bortuzzo. Victor Stahlberg gets the goal. Who's the best passer on your team?
Myself.
Don't feel like you have to be modest, Carmelo.
All right, at 1, Luis Valbueno. He makes the NBA's all-defensive team with this play. Now, you guys aren't that big on defense in Denver, though, are you?
Yeah, we are.
George Karl's trying to change that.
Yeah, yes, we are. Yes, we are.
All right, the Tigers won the game 3-1.